Hey guys, so last time I did a top 10 Sith countdown. This time, why not do a top 10 Jedi countdown, right? So you're going to figure out who I believe the top 10 Jedi from both the Star Wars canon and expanded universes are. Every Jedi ever created, this is my top 10. Number 10. Mace Windu, according to Samuel L. Jackson, the baddest Jedi in the galaxy, right behind Yoda, a man who was very intelligent and very versatile. He could fight, but at the same time he was very smart. He was very strategic. Although his judgment may have been bad at certain times, like trying to kill the Emperor instead of arresting him, which caused Anakin to cut off his arm, which led to the demise of Mace Windu. But at the same time, Mace Windu was a trailblazer. He's one of the only African-American characters in all of Star Wars. Him and Lando stand alone there, and now Finn is going to join the ranks, and Finn is, I believe, the main protagonist of Episode 7. So Mace Windu is definitely a big-time Jedi and a big-time character in all of Star Wars. Number 9. Jaina Solo. One of the best, but also most tortured Jedi of all time. She is the daughter of Han and Leia Solo. She fights for what she believes in. She fights for her family. She fights for the New Republic. And she fights for everything that she believes in. But she is tortured throughout her lifetime by watching her younger brother, Anakin Solo, die right before her eyes. And a very traumatic experience. And she doesn't know how to cope with this loss at first. Tack on top of that her her twin brother Jason turns to the dark side, and so Jaina has to do the unthinkable thing, and she actually has to kill her own brother in order to stop him from conquering the galaxy. And it's a heartbreaking thing, and she goes through a lot in her time as a Jedi. She has to be number 9. Number 8. Kyle Katarn, the main protagonist of the Jedi Knight series. The only game he wasn't the main protagonist in was Jedi Knight Jedi Academy. He played your trainer there. Kyle Katarn's awesome for many reasons. He was a part of the New Republic, then he left the New Republic, then he rejoined the New Republic. Kyle Katarn is like if Han Solo was a Jedi. He does what he wants, he does it when he wants, and he does it while looking cool with a snarky attitude. In Jedi Knight Jedi Academy, one of the best things about him is he just says, "Don't call me Master, call me Kyle." And it just shows his laid-back and snarky nature, kind of. He is not your typical Jedi, but he is a hero, and he definitely deserves to be on this list because of all his accomplishments. So that's why he's number 8. Number 7. Anakin Solo, the youngest son of Han and Leia. He goes through a lot in his lifetime. Growing up with his family's past, he is scared that he is going to turn to the dark side in his future because of his first name and his family heritage. It literally eats away at him inside for years and years and years. And his whole life he is tortured by the thought of turning on his friends and family and going to the dark side. However, that thought is crumbled when Anakin does the unthinkable thing and sacrifices himself, dying in order to save his mom, his dad, his uncle, and his brother and sister. And it's a truly heartbreaking moment in the expanded universe. Number 6. Revan. Now you might be confused. You'll say, wait, wasn't Revan on your top 10 Sith? He was. But remember, Revan was a Jedi before he turned to the dark side. And when he's mind-washed by the Jedi, you can choose to play a Jedi story or a Sith story. Now, the reason I put him so low is because his Sith story was better than his Jedi story, and there's just so many good Jedi. But Revan still deserves to be on this list because he was a very capable Jedi, and he was a very good Jedi. He was one of the most noble and loyal Jedi of his time, even though he did turn to the dark side. He's one of the only guys to turn from the light side to the dark side, back to the light side. And he was an amazing Jedi overall. He was the first ever Jedi to carry a purple lightsaber, and he made it look cool. And he definitely deserves to be in this list. Number 5. The son of the Chosen One, Luke Skywalker, by many was believed to be the Chosen One because of the turn of Anakin to the dark side. Many believed that it wasn't him, but his son Luke that would bring balance to the Force. It later turned out Luke was not the Chosen One. Anakin was the Chosen One all along, but Anakin could not complete his destiny without Luke. So Luke did play a major part in both the original trilogy, and he's probably going to play a huge, huge role in the new trilogy. Now, Luke, I know people are going to be mad at me for putting him so low on the list, but I do believe that the 4 Jedi above him do deserve their spots and are etched better in Star Wars history and Star Wars lore than Luke is, but Luke definitely deserves to be number 5 on the list. Number 4. Qui-Gon Jinn, Master of the Living Force. The man who trained Obi-Wan Kenobi, the man that would go on to train both Anakin and Luke Skywalker. He believed in the Living Force, and he kind of marched his own drum. He didn't always follow the Council's orders. He followed what he thought to believe was right. He was one of the most loyal and intelligent Jedi of his time. He knew all along that Anakin was the Chosen One. He knew Anakin would bring balance to the Force. He may not have knew how, but he knew it would happen, and he knew Obi-Wan was capable of training him. Qui-Gon died a very heroic death, and it was very sad to see him die. And he was the first Jedi to discover living on through the Force as a Force ghost, so he deserves to be here. Number 3. The master in all of Star Wars lore, Master Yoda. Yoda has trained countless Jedi, from Qui-Gon Jinn to Obi-Wan to Count Dooku. He has trained them all. Yoda has lived for 900 years, and there's a lot about him we don't know, but we do know he is the most intelligent Jedi of all time, and there was only one other Jedi that ever had more potential than Yoda. Yoda is the master of the Jedi. He took on the Emperor and held his own. But of course, after a while, Yoda's body deteriorated. He was no longer able to fight, so he moved to training Luke Skywalker before he eventually died and told Luke that it was Luke's job to face Vader again. Number 2. The character in Star Wars I connect with the most, but not my favorite character, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan Kenobi is rushed from being a Padawan to a Jedi Knight and quickly becomes a Jedi Master because of his intelligence and mastery of the Force. He trains Anakin Skywalker and forms a close bond with him, becoming almost like brothers. And it kills him inside. It pains him to see his best friend and brother Anakin turn to the dark side. And he eventually enlists Anakin's son, Luke, to try and stop him from conquering the galaxy. Of course, Obi-Wan sacrifices himself to Anakin, and Luke is able to turn Anakin back to the good side, and Anakin's redemption is even a surprise to Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan is reunited with his brother, Anakin. Number 1. Isn't it ironic that the guy who I put number 1 on my top 10 Sith is number 1 on my top 10 Jedi? Yeah, Anakin Skywalker, the only Jedi to have more potential than Yoda. Now, he didn't reach his full potential because he did turn to the dark side, but he thought by turning to the dark side he could save his wife from dying. And in the end, his wife died because of that, but it's not like he killed her directly. He thought he was helping her. And when Padme died, he really had no reason to not stick with Palpatine, so he stuck with him as Darth Vader until his son, Luke, found good in him and was able to turn him back to the dark side, or the light side. Anakin killed the Sith and was redeemed, fulfilling his destiny, and became a Force ghost, reunited with his master and his brother. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I appreciate it. Leave a like down below, comment, rate, subscribe. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.